Get the hell out of the damn office. That looks exactly like you. Yet you called them what? Thugs. You told me who the hell the real thug was. See, the minute you just called law enforcement over there, and then you applauded your so-called neighbors, you done told us who you were. You saw the weapons that they drew on those young people's faces. And see, my native sister, who sent her young daughter, whether that young daughter came out on her own, if she did, I love you for it. If she didn't, and it was mama that sent you, I got a message for mama. I'm telling you, find your heart, because your baby did. So there's got to be something right about you. Because you produced somebody that was opening up to come and talk to the people that were daily showing up for her community. Yeah, I said it, her community. Because it was her community that they were fighting for. It was her community that they were showing up all day, every day. So with that, make sure that you understand, not only are we going to be out here today, but not only every day, but we're going to call it. And, oh, I got a message for the union. Yes. The ones that went to Fox News. Yeah, you told us who the hell you were. It wasn't good enough that we took labor union from you. You're still causing problems. Matter of fact, now you're bringing attention to us on a national level. You're letting us know nationally that you're terrorizing us. Yeah, we said it's terrorists. You call us terrorists? Look no further than your own. Look at the daggone weapons that you come with for our people. And all the European Americans that found the heart to come out, I thank you. But guess what? I'm going to need you to do a little more. And when a black person tells you to fall the hell back, fall the hell back. But for us, it is life and death, and it's always been life and death. I don't stand here because I want to in this heat. I stand out here because I got black children. So please remember that. You and your privileged self can opt out anytime you choose. We pray you don't. But the truth is, you can. So when we ask you politely, nicely, to step back, don't tell us how you were out here every day, all day. Well, guess what? Thank you. But you must not be listening. If I got to stand out here and talk about your behind. So I repeat, if we tell you fall back, respect it. Respect it. We have our reasons. Law enforcement. Message is loud and clear. Time's done. Chief of police, you might look like me, but your day is done. Reverend Walton standing with the chief. I love you, Reverend Walton, but guess what? I'm going to have to tell you to step the hell back. Her time is done. Without you, we won't do this. Let them find the courage, every last one of them. So at this point, I'm asking every one of them to hold their ends. And we said 50%. When did we want it?
Now.
How did we want it?
Yesterday.
Whose community should get it?
Black community.
Say that loud and clear. Thank you. Love y'all.
Okay, no, it's still racism, bro. Let us split this shit. All the money just fucking through Black Lives Matter go to Joe Biden's campaign. It don't matter. It don't matter.
We got some difficulties right now. Someone thinking that we're BLM, Seattle King County, and we're not.
So just having a little bit of a tussle here.
Can I hear everybody say freedom? On the count of three. Three. Thank you. Let's say it again. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you, Chelsea. I appreciate that. Give it up for Chelsea Richardson.
Yeah.
And give it up for yourself.
Give it up for yourself. What I also want to do is, I want to take a moment to tell y'all a story. Can I tell y'all a story? I was sitting on these steps, and it's hot as shit out here, right? And so I'm sweating and shit, right? And I'm red and all kinds of stuff, right? So I'm sitting here, and a black woman came up to me, and she handed me some sunscreen. And I just kind of laughed it off, and I was like, nah, I'm good. And she looked at me, and she said, no, you're gonna take this, right? And this is how we take care of each other. I know that you need some sunscreen, and I'm gonna make sure that you put it on, right? So give it up for black people, all right? We take care of each other. All right, so are y'all familiar with the Trans Women of Color Solidarity Network? If you are not, you should get out your space phone and look it up. The Trans Women of Color Solidarity Network gives low to no barrier financial assistance to trans women of color. So if you know a trans woman of color, they can get low to no barrier. Is that correct? That is correct. And they've given over $100,000 to trans women of color in the past year. We have someone as a representative of the Trans Women of Color Solidarity Network. Please give it up for Maddie.
Yes, Maddie.
Hey friends,
Whoop whoop.
it's hot out here. My eyebrow didn't melt it off, so if you see me without an eyebrow, don't make fun. So, somebody asked me the other day, and this is actually true, why defund police though? Why not reform? And to me, these questions come from a place of conditioning to believe that the police are actually there to protect and serve us, the people. Although we know that throughout history and current events that the police are not employed to protect us, but to uphold and protect white supremacy and property. I'm gonna give you guys some facts. We say defund the police because we know that militarized policing does not or does nothing to protect officers, which is the favorite excuse of SPD and other departments around the U.S. And it does nothing to reduce crime, according to a study of over 9,000 police departments in the United States.
Wow.
We also know that access to social services, community safety nets, education, housing, community-based organizations reduce crime. A recent study found that for every $10,000 increase in spending per person living in poverty, there was an associated 16% decrease in the homicide rate. Another study found that access to health care also reduces crime. Another study from NYU provided empirical evidence of something that organizers and community leaders have been saying now and for decades, which is that it is impossible to adjust crime without first adjusting chronic poverty, mental health, childcare, jobs, employment, systemic racism, sexism, homophobia, and transphobia, just to name a few.
Por eso te estoy diciendo, más yo no dije nada, no dije nada. Eso me dijo la semana pasada.
A system that was ultimately built to protect local and federal government interests and property.
Pero te dije, y no le has dicho, y no le has dicho. Pero así como, mira,
Defunding SPD and investing in community-based solutions and social services is important now more than ever. Social services and community-based orgs, collectives, and local community leaders have steadily been defunded and underfunded to the tune of 73% in the past 38 years.
y ahorita más que va a mirar esos videos, le mando de salud.
Is it any wonder that these cuts have mostly impacted black communities, communities of color, immigrant communities, LGBTQ communities, and other marginalized folks? It's on purpose. So, if we have had to live with all of that, then SPD can live without 50% that affords them militarized weapons and the highest paychecks for police officers in the fucking country. They can do that so that we can rebuild and reinvest in our own communities and the safety of those communities. As a queer, trans person, this is also our fight. Defunding SPD for us means investing in and creating trans-specific housing and shelter systems.
Yes.
Current shelter systems are often religion-based and inherently unsafe, with staff often taking part in the abuse and mistreatment of trans folks.
Yep.
We often get the statement from trans women of color specifically that they would rather risk sleeping outside than in Seattle shelters due to the constant abuse and discrimination that they receive. Defunding the police for us also means funding to create crisis support and response teams comprised of queer and trans folks who will be trained and better able to meet the needs of trans and queer folks in crisis.
Yes.
Defunding SPD for our trans and queer youth means a place for them to go and be themselves as we create more BIPOC-centered queer and trans youth programming.
Yes.
The police has never, ever, ever served the trans or queer community.
Yes.
In fact, we celebrate Pride as a protest of the ways in which the police has historically targeted, abused, and terrorized the trans and queer community. Police still target trans and queer individuals both in and out of incarceration, and physical and sexual assault and abuse experienced at the hands of police is significantly less likely to be reported in our community. At Trans Women of Color Solidarity Network and Black Trans Task Force, who couldn't be here today, we are invested in creating and reimagining community support and safety systems where we can absolutely meet the needs of our community while building meaningful connections with our BIPOC neighbors and empowering community members. Trans lives matter!
Trans lives matter!
Black queer lives matter!
Black queer lives matter!
Defund SPD!
Defund SPD! Woo!
Thank you so much. All right, so we are actually coming to a close. That doesn't mean leave yet, because we have the person who is just hosting, Ebo, is also an amazing spoken word artist, teaching artist. Yeah, you can cheer for every single. Will be releasing a book on August 27th called Insubordinate. Did I say it wrong? Oh. Where can they find your... You can also find Ebo's information, like booking information and more ways to buy, like purchase merch from Ebo on ebobarton.com. And welcome Ebo to the stage.
Yes, Ebo.
Oh, hey, y'all, remember me? Cool. I'm gonna do a poem for y'all. When I came out to my mother, her first reaction was to comment on the volume of my voice when I said transgender, as if being myself in public wasn't already loud. I lowered my voice. Do you reach Black adulthood when your parents' reactions to your unblossoming start to sound hollow like an empty cage? When you look into a mirror and discover you are the only and ugliest salvation your family ever inherited? When you reach brown adulthood, when your reflection rejects you in your second language? The language you kept safe in your back pocket is an exhausted compass that only points towards the ocean. What about respect for my elders means mute myself? Are you still an adult if you just want to go home? I learned that being free isn't what everyone wants, especially if you find custody convenient. And I know that you think my gender makes you angry, but the truth is, my gender binds you to fear, uncovers your discomfort from seeing the rapture in my reach, these bare wrists. What about my freedom scares you? I named myself Igbo to worship the slave rebellion that drowned their captors, rose into the sky, turned into birds, and flew back home. Why would you deny me this worship? Why would you keep this story trapped in a book? And don't mistake me for fearless. It took me a whole lifetime to get back home, but I'm still willing to come back for you if you want to come. Jaden Smith's skirt, Billy Porter's entire wardrobe, Lizzo's exposed thong, Monroe Bergdorf's middle finger, Zaya Wade, my beard, my pronouns, my lips blossoming on a shoulder blade. We are the efflorescence of eternal emancipation. Come with us. Before I leave, tell my mother I've uninstalled the whisper in my authentic. If you don't want to untie the Nazi shame, trying to convince you compromises the wind cradling my wings, so stay in bliss. But ask yourself, are you free? Or are you conditioned to this captivity? Whatever the answer is, please let me live. I just want to go home. Thank you very much. Thank you so much, y'all. I really appreciate it. You can find that book August 27th on igbobarton.com. It's called Insubordinate. Because surprisingly, someone called me that. Isn't that hilarious? Okay, sorry, anyway. I want to introduce someone who's been working very hard today. Working very hard, so I'm really excited that they get to do this. So I want you to give it up all the way to the stage for Mama Nikki.
Yeah.
All right, here's the thing. It's hot out here, all right, y'all? I messed up, it's okay. It's all right.
You also just performed?
Yeah, so I was switching.
Step out and then step back into host.
Thank you, yeah. Okay.
That was not good.
Yeah, the next time I get in trouble, I want you to be around.
I'm always here for you.
All right, thank you.
I really, for real.
Black women looking out for me all the time. While we're here, yeah.
While we're standing here, remind everyone that it's Black August. That sounds exciting. That means you should go look it up. Because I don't have time to explain it.
Y'all got space phones. Bring out the space phones. Look up Black August, all right?
All right.
Thank you so much, Chelsea. We're gonna pretend like that didn't happen. We're gonna have a Men in Black flash moment. Y'all don't remember what happened. I just got off stage, so can y'all applaud and pretend like I just got done? Thank y'all so much. That's from my book, Insubordinate. It comes out August 27th. Now I would like to introduce you to King County Equity Now, is that correct? Give it up all the way to stage for Elijah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So my name is Elijah L. Lewis. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a committee member for King County Equity Now, and I'm also part of Africa Town. I also support our sister organization, Decrypt Seattle. Come on now.
Yep.
All the organizers who put so much work into this, come on now, give it up for us. Come on. Thank you so much. Today is a very hard day for me because I have to speak about my brother's assassination in front of y'all. See, it's sad that a 17-year-old could be assassinated, but this is the reality that we face. Before we get into the real though, I would like everybody to get their phones out if you don't already have it, and support us at King County Equity Now on our Instagram right now. So add us on King County Equity Now, and then also support us on our website, kingcountyequitynow.com. Okay? All right. So I want to start talking about whenever you have to look into a system or whatnot, in order to disrupt the system or change the system, you have to find out where the root is and what the root is, right? So if you look at the SPD and the police force in general, the root is from slavery. You see, the police force was the slave catchers, right? That's how they started. And whenever the root is impure, it starts from hate and racism and, you know, just a negative place. Then it continues that same cycle over generations and generations and generations. You see, they've had time to hide their roots and where they really come from. So we have to remember where they truly come from and why it's so important to defund them by 50%. Okay? See, we're starting in our community because Seattle is the trendsetter, I believe. We're trendsetters. People look at us and they follow, right? So if we're the trendsetters, we got to be the trendsetters within defunding the SPD, right?
Yes.
Absolutely. Are we going to wait for it?
No.
When do we want it?
No.
Not later? Do we want equity?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. We don't want equality, we want equity now, okay? That's why it's called King County Equity Now. For those who don't know, we're a coalition of organizations that demand equity in our community, right, in King County, and we're gonna make it trending around other counties, but we gotta start within our own county before we go to anywhere else, right? All right. Okay, and when we say Black Lives Matter, it's really talking about my life matters. So when you say Black Lives Matter, I'm gonna say my life matters. So, can I hear us say Black Lives Matter? Black Lives Matter. My life matters, right?
Yes.
Absolutely. Okay. I'm from South Seattle. You know, born and raised. We got some Central District heads over here too. Come on, y'all. We gotta shout out the CD because we're unity, right? We're actually standing together. The South End and the CD has actually had so much division within it, but here we are standing together, and that's powerful, okay? In our own communities first, right? And I shout out to all the Africans who are doing the same. All the tribalism they're putting aside and they're standing together. We got people all around the nation, we got people all around the world that are part of King County Equity Now and also Africa Town, okay? Because with Africa Town, when we speak about Africa Town, we're speaking about the whole diaspora, right? We're talking about the whole diaspora because we have to come together, okay? We have to come together. But back to my brother's assassination. This is tough for me. Man, I'm gonna start out on a positive note. See, my chance to y'all is chance to me. He was the cat that I started hanging around with when I was like 13 years old, and we just had a bond and a friendship. We was two peas in a pod. Man, we used to always have some crazy ass times, man. Can't even tell y'all about some of them, but it's just, that was, man, 18 hours after that. He suffered. Then he died. So, when I look at y'all and say my life matters, that's what I'm talking about. When I look at y'all and say we need to defund this corrupt ass system and start supporting the community and community-led organizations that are actually within the community fighting the fight and are not brutalizing us and are actually fixing the problems within the community on our own and don't get funding, it's community members that are doing it for free so that your brother doesn't get shot and killed. That's what I'm talking about. You see, I risk my life every single day I come out here. Every single time that I walk out the door, I have to think, man, is this gonna be the day? You know? Every single time I see a police officer behind me, is this gonna be the day that my niece and nephew lose their uncle? Right? Is this gonna be the day that I get a mistaken identity, right? Is this gonna be the day that I have to lay my life down trying to, you know, bring unity within my own brothers and within my own community? It's not just the police, but it's within our own community. And we gotta change that. That's what we're here for. So when I say defund the police, I want y'all to say now, okay? Defund the police! Now! Defund the police! Now! Okay. Because the community needs resources. We need funding, right? But that we actually control, right? I just looked at a statistic before I came up here. There's been 600 individuals this year that have been shot and killed by the police. this year in 2020, names that we don't even know, white, black, Latino, everybody. So everybody should take it personal when we're talking about defunding the police, because it's not just in the black community, it's in all communities. We just represent the most, right? And when it comes down to our communities, 98% of us don't get justice when it comes to police brutality. So that's why we say Black Lives Matter, right? See, the unfortunate part about my brother's death is it wasn't publicized, so it couldn't be told to thousands and thousands and millions like George Floyd. But I'm glad that we have this movement here. I am glad that we're all here together, right? Because now we can move. Now is the time we can move. This is all of our community. I want y'all to wake up. I want y'all to open up your minds and understand that you have the power to block that street. You have the power to block these doors and to say, y'all not coming in here. There's not going to be anything happening unless we get our justice and we get equity. You have the power. It's in y'all. It's in me, but it's also in y'all. Wake the fuck up. Because I'm no longer living in a fantasy, okay? This is real life. This is real life. There's a lot of stuff going on. 800,000 kids are going missing every single year, yet a lot of people are still thinking Corona's real, but 800,000 kids are going missing. There's other things, there's other inequities that need to be addressed, starting in our community. So that's all I'm gonna say. King County Equity Now, that's why y'all need to support us. Come on, give it up for King County Equity Now. Give it up for black businesses. And last but not least, give it up for yourself for just being here. Thank you.
Thank you. So we actually are about to listen to another artist who is also an organizer, who is also just all around just an amazing, dope person. Can you please welcome to the stage Mama Nikki?
Y'all doing okay? Are y'all doing okay? I got some announcements for you. So you know we're in chambers right now, chambers, whatever it is, the council together. So there's not gonna be any more horse police.
Okay.
I'm like, this is one thing. I'm gonna tell you 4 things that just happened. There's no more horse patrols.
Free the horses.
We're freeing the horses, yeah, freeing the horses. Free them all, free all of them, including the animals. The cops are out of the schools.
Yes.
But the recruitment budget for the rest of the year is gone.
Yes.
And there's no more cop sweeps.
Yes. Oh my God. Fuck yes.
We still got a lot of work to do. But
That's a big fucking deal.
Show up to places. Please don't stop showing up. The people that have been on the ground doing this for years, I want to show love to No Need to Jail. Like that coalition has been working their asses off for years. There are people that have been working on this that are not here anymore. They've left the city, but I want to make sure that they know they are loved. They are appreciated. They put their time and work in. They are not seen. Let me just make that clear. If this is the first time that you have been like invigorated to show up for Black Lives, 1, I'm glad you're here. 2, don't stop, because you're
Yes.
lost.
Yes.
Black trans lives matter.
Black trans lives matter.
I'm sorry, let's try that again. I said black trans lives matter.
Black trans lives matter.
Black folk are tired of dying. We're also tired of telling you why. If you're white, you talk to your white friends and your white family about why Black Lives Matter. You don't ask the black person in the room to do it for you. Here's my other thing, including for my youth. Just because you wouldn't do it in front of a black person or you wouldn't do it in front of your mama, it doesn't mean you should do it in front of someone else that's not there. Do it at all times. Otherwise, you really don't matter. And here's to my allies. If you think you're an ally, somebody should have told you that you're an ally that's black. Because if you think that you are and you just gave yourself that title, I need you to try again. Because you need to be validated for that. Please don't get that twisted. So, we learned a lot today, but I want to end on a positive note. One, thank you, Roxanne, for blessing us, and just like all of it, just all of it. Is it okay if I try to bless us out? Is that okay? And I bless all of us out? It is a hot day. I thought I was going to have to do this a cappella because my phone overheated. It literally said temperature emergency. So there's that. But I want to practice something because I'm going to need your help. If you like to stand, you can stand now. It's okay. It's all right. If you got too comfortable, okay, maybe not get too comfortable. Because we like to make sure that you're uncomfortable because we're uncomfortable every day. So I need you to repeat after me. We're going to work on all of your bathroom voices out into the open. So we all rising up. So you all repeat that.
We all rising up.
I got you.
Sorry.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. So we all
rising up.
We're gonna get there. And then the second part is, and I'm not gonna stop.
I'm not gonna stop.
Slight delay. I'm not wondering if you're hesitant or if it's just you. Maybe you, I don't really know. But I want to hear you. So if you're 6 feet from someone, which is not happening, I'd say take your mask off so I can hear you, but you're just gonna have to blow through it with me. Okay? Yeah. Okay. sounds so good. I'm not gonna stop. I need y'all here every day. And the gear that was flying with you as you marched. Y'all show some love for that sound. Our medic crew, yes. Show some love to the medic crew. Thank you for being here. So if you could just turn around. It's this building, right? So at 8 a.m. tomorrow, y'all remember hearing about James and Jerome?
Mm-hmm.
They got a hearing tomorrow at 8 a.m. If you ain't got nowhere else to be, you should be right here.
Turn up.
8 a.m. Tomorrow. Show some support to these gentlemen. These young men need it. They need to hear you just like all the other youth that are locked up in that jail. Because we got to shut it all down.
Yes.
Everybody knows that Monday is that big day when the rest of the votes are going to be happening. I can't tell you where you're going to be. I might suggest some things, but I'm not going to do that because I'm going to give you that ability to do it on your own. But I know you might want to hang out with the morning marches.
Say something about the King County action? The bus drivers action? Okay.
Yeah.
Jan was just asking you.
Yeah, it's okay. I honestly don't know. I never even got the location.
It was right there in the Pioneer Park.
It is?
It shouldn't
Okay.
be an issue.
Will somebody just say something? Do you want to say?
What do you want them to
Just
specifically
say,
say?
whatever. It's fine.
Go ahead.
Please make sure that you pick up your water bottles and your trash, put it away.
Here,
We
Kelsey,
leave things
you
better
hold
than
that.
how we
You
brought
hold
them.
this.
There's not.
And how we found them.
All right, everybody.
Wait, what's it? Oh, right now, does it work already? For King County Metro, our bus folks, they're trying to take away another 200 jobs. If you have the ability to stick around for a little bit longer, where are you going? Pioneer Park? Pioneer Park. If you can go over to Pioneer Park right now and support them, because these bus jobs are about to get cut,
I just think about your
shut it down. If you can get there, shut it down. Let's go.
Hey, everybody, I need your attention too, real quick, please, before you leave, okay? Okay, so there's one or two really important things I need to say. One is, if there's garbage around you or something, pick it up. I'm not saying pick up somebody else's nasty garbage, but like if it was yours, your water bottle or something, please pick it up. Secondly, remember, today was actually a really amazing and beautiful march and rally, but we still have to keep each other safe in these streets, right? So what we have to do is remember to stay together, stay with the people that you hang with. Don't veer off and go your separate ways. And also, I'm going to ask people to get onto the sidewalks now so that the car brigade and the bikes can actually hold this space until we're clear from here. And remember to stay together.
Thank you for joining, y'all.
Yes.
Solidarity.
Announcement of 2 March